Hey guys, it's Harold, and welcome to the Asylum, where I'm taking a break from the regular world and showing you some of the gadgets that I play with. Today I'm going to show you the 45 slot hopper. Now, this is a railcraft based machine that is actually quite simple to build, fairly early availability on it, and is quite powerful because, like I said, it has 45 slots. What you have here is you have an item unloader, a chest cart, and an item loader. Now, when you attach it directly to a machine that can accept the inventory, it feeds the items directly into it. So you see here we get the Coke oven, where I had fed glass bottles into it, and and glass bottles are valid for this slot. It automatically sorts that. Now let's make up some stuff here. Let's make a stack of iron and a stack of regular coal. Now, you see I've got a blast furnace here directly attached. Put the stack of coal in, it goes straight in. Put the stack of iron in, it goes over to the blast furnace automatically. Now the way this is set up is that as the coal coke finishes, because of the item loader, it automatically extracts from the coke oven as long as the chest cart has room for the item. Now, because the way the unloader works, if the chest cart ends up with an item, the item unloader will automatically route it wherever it can be used. So, when you put... get back here. Up. The way I set this up is that the coal will finish. It will be extracted by the item loader, filter down into the item unloader, and because there's room in the blast furnace in the fuel slot, it will put the coal coke there automatically. With this setup that I have here, with the 45 slot hopper between the coke oven and the blast furnace, if you put coal and iron in either the item loader or the chest cart, you will eventually get creosote oil on a 1 bucket per 2 coal ratio as per normal, and steel. And this works with anything, and I do mean absolutely anything that you put into the blast furnace. If it can go into the regular blast furnace, you can put it into the item loader or item unloader, and it will automatically feed. See, a piece of coal coke just finished, so the blast furnace started the steel. Now, the way this is going to work is that when these glass bottles fill, they get extracted as well. So you're going to end up with creosote oil bottles here and steel in the bottom of this. Now, alternatively, you could hook up the coke oven to a tank and have all the creosote go into that. But this is just for demonstration that I've got this set up this way. Now, this works on a lot of different machines. For example, this works on the fermenter. So let's go with a combination. Let's see, what combination do we want? We want let's go with a stack of compressed plants. Actually, let's go with 4 stacks of compressed plants. Two stacks of mulch. And let's go with a few stacks of juice capsules. And let's set up another one of these. Now, as you can see, the fermenter is empty. 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, the way it's set up, it automatically feeds all the liquids and all the materials into the correct slots. So, in you go. In there, in, and let's see what. Let's make. Blue electric engine. Let's hook this up. Let's see, where did they hide that? Let's put up a windmill. Let's hook all this up. So that it is all connected and enabled. Let's force it to be day all the time just because. And let's hook up some solar panels to make sure that this is actually going to work. Connect. More power. And And I really gotta get you. I really gotta turn view bobbing off in a second here. But let's hook up as many solar panels as I really need. There. There. That engine should be going. And as you saw earlier, I had fed the hopper this big pile of supplies. And here we are. It's automatically draining each of the supplies as it uses them. And you can do this with most of the forestry machines and most of the railcraft machines and have it work properly. And you can even set things up so that you have a 45 slot buffer for things like the boiler. If you want to run it off of like blaze rods or coal coke, you'd need to, well, I actually tested this. A max size high pressure boiler needs I think it was somewhere around either 45 or 90 stacks of coal coke to get up to temperature. I actually feed on my main world with blaze rods. Lots and lots of blaze rods. Okay, now that that's full, let's see. Cans. Now you see cans here. I added cans to that, and as you can see, it's feeding them properly. Now, you can use this item unloader as well. You can use this similar combination on the other side. Let's dig down and hook it up. Now, as you can see, there's biomass cans there. Now, there. You can set, as you can see, you can set it up so that it automatically extracts, and it ends up being that you end up with a lot more storage space for resources when you do this. Because I don't know about you, but I end up with a lot of overload. Especially when feeding a quarry into a sorting system, I end up with some of my machines getting severe amounts of overload. Using this combination of 45 slot hopper gives you a lot more room for buffer, and I just knocked it off the edge. So let's block it in. So let's just hook some stuff up here. More solar panels! Because you'll eventually get enough solar panels hooked up that the blue electric engine that I hooked up will be going full speed all the time. But as you can see, 45 slot hoppers, extremely useful. It ends up being that you end up with a lot more buffer for your machinery, and you can use it in combination with other mods to allow you to have a feed of multiple machines fed from one 45 slot hopper. And it actually does work quite well. Anyway, that's the 45 slot hopper. You can see why I use it. Interesting. Anyway, you can see this just making its way through. You can use that in coke oven arrays to just have it have a lot of coke oven have a lot of charcoal production if you're attaching it to a wood farm. It's a way to add massive amounts of storage to any of your machines that is more efficient than pretty much anything that you can throw at it. Also, one of my favorite functions is when you add a diamond chest to the top, because that turns it from a 45 slot hopper to a hopper that holds over 100 slots. So for a fermenter, or the way I would set it up would be a fermenter array, I would put a chest here between two 45 slot hoppers, each side of the item unloader feeding a fermenter. You feed all of your items into the chest. Let's see, what do we want to try with this? Let's go with saplings. Let's make a lot of saplings. And there you go. You feed all these saplings into the chest. They get fed through the system. Fully automatic. And it ends up being that you end up with your chest cart fills automatically. It won't actually fill the item loader when you fill from a chest, so you do lose 9 slots of capacity. But losing 9 to gain over 100, kind of worth it. Anyway, that's the 45 slot hopper. I will catch you next time when I show you the next contraption. Later!